Morning, all you crappies out there. Today, we have a challenge video. Actually, we have two. I'm gonna combine them into one video because they involve the same type of close to the same type of setup. I got challenged in the comment section on a video to do a triple jig challenge. Basically 3 jigs, 1 line, and then a double jig drop shot challenge. So I'm gonna show you how to get those set up right now. So here's what I got set up. I tied 3 different jigs with loop knots on the 1 line. I'm going to start with a basic lead head swim jig. This is a 1/32 ounce swim jig. I'm actually going to tip it with this little small plastic swim bait. Kind of looks like a shad. Then I have this bright orange marabou jig. I believe it's another 1/32 jig head. I'm actually going to tip that with this blue and white tube. And then I have a final marabou jig. This is actually a 1/16 ounce jig. It's a pink and chartreuse marabou. I'm going to tip that with a red and chartreuse tube. And hopefully we can catch some crappie. Now, the challenge details were a little vague in the comment section, so I'm going to update them. The challenge is I have to catch a crappie on each one of these jig heads. That's the challenge today. And then we're gonna do the double jig drop shot challenge. Wow, say that 5 times fast. The double jig drop shot challenge. But first, we're gonna finish this one up. Just based on putting these plastics on the hooks, I can already tell the biggest challenge for right now is going to be not tangling the line. That should have been the challenge. Don't tangle line when you have 3 jigs set up, tied together on 1 line. Okay. So what do I got set up? Oh, I'm in about 20 feet of water and there's a deep weed line. There's a buoy right here. That's actually a rock pile buoy. So it's a transition between rock, gravel to a deeper weed line. And I got a buoy marker on where I think I was marking some fish. I'm hoping, praying. This who commented didn't really say, oh, I guess he did say, drop it straight down and then jig it there's a seconds. Oh, I don't have my laptop. I don't even think I have my phone on me. Is that a fish? That's a fish. I got a fish on. That's a tiny fish. But hey, I'll take it. 1 for 3. Top jig is done. That's this one. This little paddle tail shad swim bait. Oh my goodness, that's a tiny crappie. Look at that crappie. A crappie's only 3 or 4 times the size of this. That's not good. All right. 1 of 3 done. 2 more to go. Let's cast this thing out. Back to our buoy here. I wasn't even paying attention. I was just waiting for it to drop down to the bottom and hit it. Here, crappie. I'm actually surprised how many boats are out here today. Of course, there's a lot of musky fishermen out. A lot of musky fishermen out here today. But we gotta focus on this challenge. I don't even know how deep I am right now. What I'm noticing is the top jig and the bottom jig are falling faster than the middle jig, which isn't good. It means it's probably gonna get tangled if I eventually here. There's a fish. There's a fish. Please be on a different jig. And it is, yes. Oh boy. The middle jig I think is gonna be the toughest to get. There we go. Crappie number 2, 2 for 3. Got that on the bottom jig, the pink and chartreuse marabou with the green and chartreuse tube. Small crappie, but it counts. All I had to do was catch a crappie. So then the final tube, this guy right here. I think he's going to be the most difficult because he's going to be the second jig going down, and then if I drag it side to side like this, it's actually angled. So I was dragging it back to the boat, which is why I think they hit this little jig here, because it's the furthest one back. Oh boy, I don't know. That middle jig, it's going to be a tough one. felt like a hit. I just missed one. Dang it. That could have been the middle jig too. That could have ended it, but I fell asleep. I think the best way to get the middle jig is just a vertical jig style tactic here. There's a, oh, that might be, I may be catching weeds, or there might be a brush pile down there. I don't know. There's a, oh, no. I think that was a fish. I don't know. I might have to call this a challenge fail. I've been doing this for about an hour now. Still haven't caught a crappie on that middle jig. Just dropped it down again. Otherwise, I might be setting up for that double jig drop shot. There's a fish. There's a fish. Please be on the middle one. Yes! 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 Triple jig, crappie rig setup. Hold on, camera's not quite pointed at me. Finish it off. They are not big fish at all, but that is 3 for 3 on the triple jig setup. Challenge complete. Now we're gonna go to challenge number 2. Why? Because you guys appreciate these challenge videos, so I figured I'd give 2 of them in one video. Why not? The next one we're gonna do is a double jig drop shot. Wow. Double jig drop shot setup. On to the next challenge, double jig drop shot. So first jig I got tied on with a loop knot is this white and chartreuse. This is a 1/32 ounce jig head. I have a 1/16, just a basic pink jig head here. And I'm gonna tip that one with, I figured I'd stick with a color pattern, pink chartreuse tube. This one I'm actually gonna go with a red and chartreuse tube. And then I have my 1/8 ounce drop shot. All are on dropper loops. The jigs are about 6 inches apart, and I have about 10 inches from my bottom jig to my drop shot in line. So the challenge is gonna be catch a fish on both of these. I am set up over the same exact spot as I just filmed that triple jig challenge. Now for this double jig drop shot challenge, gonna cast over these deeper weed lines and try to get one here. Get 2. I need 2, not 1. I need 2. I don't even know what I'm talking about. Here, crappie, crappie. Wow, this thing fell a lot faster. And there are definitely, no, 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 no. There's definitely brush piles down there. Otherwise, I'm on a really big crappie that's not moving. But I'm gonna think it's a brush pile. That means I gotta retie. No. We'll be back, folks. I'll be back. Okay, I got it out. So here's what happened. This jig got caught in. There's definitely brush piles down there apparently. And it got the hook got bent out. So I gotta bend that back and get it back down there and not get snagged. I don't want to get snagged again. It's gonna ruin the challenge. I don't want to have to retie. There we go. Perfect. Good as new. That 1/8 ounce bell sinker really makes it drop pretty fast compared to that triple jig setup. Those 2 loop knots should allow those jigs to kind of just float or move freely, so they're not tight in line with that drop shot. That's what I was worried about this challenge is if you tie the jigs tight to the line and not use, oh, that was a, dang it, I missed them. And you don't use a loop knot, it's just not a lot of free movement. Especially when you have, oh, was that a fish? That might have been a fish. I suck. I think that's a fish. It's a really small fish though. Oh no! That doesn't count. It was a fish. Had him right at the surface and then he got off. There's a fish. Other side of the boat worked. Crappie on the pink jig and chartreuse and pink tube. baby crappie, 8-inch fish, 8-inch fish, but 1 or 2 done. Now I got to catch one on this guy. Maybe I don't know, color pattern maybe wrong, but other side of the boat, it worked. There's your tip of the day. If you're not catching fish on one side of the boat, just go to the other side. There's a fish. Please be on the top jig. And it is. Yes. Wow. It's actually faster than I thought. It actually took a while. But there we go. Double jig drop shot challenge complete. 2 jigs, 2 crappie, albeit very small crappie, but they're done. If you like these challenge videos, be sure to hit that like button. And of course, if you're not a subscriber, at the end of the video, my face holding a crappie, you click that button, and below the video, there's a red subscribe button. You should be a subscriber if you're not. You get to see some cool challenge videos like this one. Appreciate you watching. See you next time.